It's Aleya Antoine. You're listening to Tease Podcast.
Everyone loves a tease. Stop.
But don't get too excited.
Is it just me, or does that seem like a violation of privacy that seems illegal? And like, now we're not safe on text and we're not safe on phone calls. Pretty much, if you want to talk your shit, you got to do it face to face. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tease Podcast. Happy Tuesday, bitches. It is so good to be back with you guys, and I'm back with my normal voice. I'm not going to hold y'all. I feel like life has been pretty mundane right now, which is very exciting because I feel like before it was like go, go, go. You know what I mean? But I have recently had like 1 or 2 days where I have just like binge TV, and there's something just so fulfilling about that. Like, I don't think that we give it enough credit how fun it is to like actually do nothing. Like, as much as I love hustling, that was a reach. As much as I love doing a lot of things, going out, drinking occasionally, partying, whatever, I have recently found a joy in like doing absolutely nothing, which is very ironic given that happened to come living in Vegas. But you know what I think it is? I think in Washington, it's low-key like such a mundane or like boring place to live. Like, that's how I felt about San Antonio too. And like, a lot of people would disagree with me about that in Texas, but like when you're from somewhere, you just don't find it exciting anymore because like half of the cool shit you've just been doing since you were like 5. You know what I mean? So it's like not exciting. And then Washington is just boring as fuck when it's not summer because it's just dark and everything closes. So whenever I have the opportunity to do like anything remotely fun, I would just take the opportunity and like run with it and sprint with it. You know, like I was like, what ways can I spice this up? And what ways can I make this exciting? And it's almost like, I feel like that's when I went like low-key too far with a lot of shit, is because I was like, I'm so bored. But I think that since now I live in a place where there's things to do all the time, like I know that the option's there. You know what I mean? And so since I have the choice, I can choose not to. You know what I mean? I feel like it's literally like whenever parents are super strict and they say that parents shouldn't do that because then your kid is going to want to do X, Y, Z just to break the rules. You know what I mean? But then the people that usually have like more lax or chill parents, like all in all, I feel like they don't sometimes take it too far because they're like, I can just do this another weekend. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that's how it's kind of been. And it's been really nice. Like, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm recording this on a Sunday, which is so off schedule and so fucked up. But I worked like 3 days this week, and I finally feel a little bit more comfortable at my new job. Oh, there's nothing worse than like being at a new job, and specifically if it's at like a store or some sort of company, like it's like busy or slow. There's nothing worse than when it's slow and you're just standing around, and this is normally the time where you talk and chit chat. And at a job where you've been there for like years, that's the best part. You're like, I want to do nothing. But when you're new, it's like, it's the worst because you're just standing around. You're doing that awkward smile because you don't want to look like a bitch. You don't want to go on your phone yet because you're like, I don't want to, like, I'm not in a place to really break the rules or bend the rules right now. You're under constant observation by like the managers and everything. And so the first 2 weeks, I was just like, I am in hell. Like, I hate this. I hate getting a new job. And like, for someone who's had over 5 jobs in the course of like 2 years, guys, I was filling out an application for one of the seasonal jobs, and it was like, how many jobs have you had in the past 2 years? And like, I feel like we need to stop asking questions like that because yeah, it's been like 5 and like 2 years, but also like 2 years is low-key a lot of time, but when you dumb it down to 2 years, it sounds really short. You know what I mean? Like, in 2 years, someone can like be a junior in high school and then finish high school. You know what I mean? And so I feel like having 5 jobs in 2 years, it comes off bad. But when you really look at how fast life moves, it's not that big of a stretch. And I just think that too many applications and like corporations are trying to trick us and be like, what's a way that we can make you look bad? What's a way that we can make you look bad? Because to me, I'm like, if I had 5 jobs in that many time, call me adaptable, call me a go-getter, call me someone who's not afraid to try new things. You know what I mean? But I mean, honestly, I've had friends to where I'm like, they're at a new job like every month. Like, I'm like, your taxes must be the fucking worst to do, you know? And so I finally feel comfortable. And I feel comfortable because if you listen to the How to Make Friends in Your 20s episode, I talked about different strategies to make friends, you know? And I hate to say it, and this wasn't the most healthy strategy. And I actually got some in-person verbal backlash about it, about like, oh my God, Aleya, this is toxic advice, but like, fuck off. I used the common enemy strategy. And what's that saying? A friend, no, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. And I honestly did not go out seeking this strategy. I just kind of just take what comes to me. I was like, I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just going to smile. I'm not going to say much. And like the vibes will find me and people will like get my vibe eventually, you know? And how I told y'all about, there was one particular person that I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. It all started with the training days when I was like working her whole section. And I kind of got the vibe that, you know, like when you can kind of tell that people don't like someone, but no one's saying it. So you're just trying to read their faces. And honestly, I thought that I was being crazy because I thought that I was sensitive, you know? So I was like, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me and I'm new. So like, whatever. Well, yesterday I was closing up and I was doing some things. Everyone was like, Aleya, why are you doing that? And I was like, oh, well, she told me I have to. And they're like, she told you that? And then everyone's just going on a rampage, right? And I'm like, yeah, like I was wondering, like, does everyone do this? And like, no, that's just like the bitch work. Like, you don't have to do that. And after that, people have started talking to me. And here is one thing that I did that I want to emphasize that y'all should do too if you're making friends through this strategy. I did not talk shit about said person. I did not share any opinions about that person. I did not say anything. I think the only thing I shared was, yeah, when I trained, I did a whole section and that was it. But that's just a fact. That's not an opinion. That's not me talking shit. That's just exactly what happened. You know what I mean? I let everyone else say whatever they wanted. And I just said, oh, okay, I'm not going to correct you. And I think that works well because if you're new and you're like jumping in to talk shit about someone, like even if I don't really like the person, since I've known them longer, I'm going to be like, who are you to be talking about her? You don't even know her like that. Like at least give her the chance before you hate her. You know what I mean? So it just makes you seem catty if you're off the bat like talking about someone, because also if you're new, you don't know the person. Like I don't know her. I don't know her character. I don't know what she's been through. I don't know anything about her. So I'm not going to join in and like say opinions about her because that's just not my place. You know what I mean? But like from letting other people doing it and not interrupting, you kind of just seem like someone who's chill. You know what I mean? And so I don't want to say do this like to everyone because like if this was someone I actually liked, I would definitely be like, hey, like stop talking about it. You know what I mean? But I didn't have anything to say. I was like, I have nothing to say. I'm not a part of this conversation. But now I get the vibe. So I want to emphasize that because I have had people to where I remember at my old job, there was one girl and she just came in really hot and heavy. We were new at the exact same time, but you wouldn't even know that I was new because of the amount of opinions that she shared about people. Like she was talking shit to everyone. And it's like, okay, yeah, we make fun of him, but like you can't make fun of him. It's one of those things, you know what I mean? It's like when you're talking about your sibling and then someone else is like, oh my God, I hate your sibling. And you're like, who are you to say that? So yeah, that is going to be a very good strategy. It has been torture though, working at some place that has like really good pizza and stuff because guys, I have officially started a health journey. Oh, I am on a health kick and this is very out of character for me. Like I am not someone who ever believes in dieting. I don't really believe in like eating healthy, or at least I didn't. But I have recently started. Oh, this is going to sound like those annoying like bitches, but hear me out. I started a low/no carb diet. Now, I have been wanting to do this since, oh my God, I've been wanting to do this for months. And it all started, we went on a boat for Pride and I had it worked out in months. And I was like, Kai, what's the quickest way to make my stomach flat? And Kai was like, don't eat bread. And I was like, okay. And it worked, you know what I mean? I was like, oh my God, I should do this more often. But like, I really love carbs. Like, I love a bagel. I love pizza. I love a calzone. What else is carbs? I feel like everything. Like, I didn't even know that, like, what a carb was until this year. You know what I mean? When Kai told me that. Because I remember there was one day where it snowed really hard in Texas for some reason. And I got snowed in a 1-bedroom apartment with 2 of my coworkers from Hooters, 3 dogs, and 1 cat. Honestly, the only complaint that I received was, Aleya, like, you've been a great guest, but it's been really annoying watching you eat so many carbs. And I had no idea what they were talking about. And I didn't ask any follow-up questions. I was just like, okay, because they were like 5 years older than me. So I was like, this must be like some wisdom thing that they're sharing with me. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. This year I found out what a carb was. And pasta is a heavy one. And like, whenever I just wouldn't have food, what were we gonna eat? Pasta with butter and garlic, duh, you know what I mean? And so I noticed that, yeah, I started going to the gym, and yeah, like, I guess I could be classified as someone who's like in shape, but like, I literally felt heavy. Like, when I would go to sleep at night, I would be like, I feel like there's a brick in my stomach. Not to mention, my caffeine addiction has like come in full-fledged. Like, I am addicted to coffee, and it's really upsetting because I really wanted to not be like this again, because my sophomore year of high school, I full-on would drink like a huge tumbler of coffee every single day. And I remember I had a track meet and I just didn't drink coffee that day because it wasn't good before a meet. And I had the sweats, I had the chills, I had the shakes, my eyes were twitching. And the only thing that cured me was my coach buying a little glass of Starbucks coffee. You know what I mean? And so my coffee addiction has come back. So I was like, I need to balance this out because I'm not about to get rid of the coffee again, only because I just needed to wake up. But I feel like there are 2 things I could knock out. I could, one, if I'm gonna be addicted to caffeine, I could at least have like a healthy side of my life. And 2, I don't have low iron. I don't have low iron, but I do have the low blood cell count. But my white blood cells overcompensate, something like that, to where I don't qualify. So I don't get iron pills, is pretty much the gist of it. They didn't give me iron pills. So I'm like chronically fatigued a lot. Like, even talking right now, I have like this weird thing to where I feel really high energy, but I also feel like if you gave me the opportunity, I could grab this blanket and just fall asleep right now, you know? And so I was like, okay, there are 3 things that I need to do. I need to, 1, balance out the caffeine addiction. I need to, 2, get rid of this brick that I just constantly feel in my stomach. And 3, I need like more energy. So I started doing research, and a lot of people say that apparently vegetables and fruits are good for you. I have never been a vegetable person. I honestly don't really like anything green. Before this week, the only thing that I ever ate that was a vegetable was roasted spinach, Brussels sprouts, and Caesar salads. Like, that was as far as I take it. As far as fruit, I didn't eat fresh fruit. I just like fruit flavored things. Like, I like strawberry lemonade, or like strawberry yogurt, or strawberry cream cheese on a plain bagel. Like, but you wouldn't catch me eating like actual cut up fruit. And so when I found this out, I was really sad about it, because I was like, I am going to have to like this no matter what no matter what I try to like this. Not to mention, for auditions in January, like, the way that they do that huge casting is you have to walk in a bikini. And some of these bitches are like bodybuilders. They do bikini competitions. And so I was like, okay, I want to be at my best shape as well. So, okay, I'm having a lot of reasons to go into this health kick. We have the swimsuit portion, we have the caffeine, we have the brick, and then we have the low energy levels. Anything else? I think it was just also time to start eating healthy, because like acne, dry skin, like, I don't know. I feel like Vegas is just like motivating me to take more care of myself, because I feel like that's like what people do here. Like, people care about their health, their wellness, and their appearance. So I was like, maybe I should catch up, you know? And Kai really likes fruit and vegetables, so I was like, okay, whatever. So I was looking it up, and a lot of people said that if you eat fruits and vegetables and you do a low carb diet, that your energy levels will be really good. You won't feel heavy, like you'll eat and you won't feel like you have to go to sleep right after, and it will tone up your stomach. So I was like, okay, what do I have to do? So we went grocery shopping, guys, and I feel like my fridge looks like an adult fridge. I have riced cauliflower. I have green beans. I had a mushroom and spinach omelet the other day. I had a fruit bowl with cut up strawberries, blueberries, and agave. And I have to admit, because I have all of these goals now, the stuff actually tastes good. It actually tastes good. And I was shocked. Like, I have been having spinach, I have been having vegetables and fruit, and I've actually been enjoying it. And I've barely had any carbs. And surprisingly, now guys, I'm gonna let y'all know I've only been doing this for like 5 days right now. So like I'm on like fifth day. But I haven't missed them. Like I haven't missed bread. I haven't missed like heavy pasta. And I think the reason why is because one, no one is making me do it. And for me, whenever someone makes me do anything, it just automatically turn off. I don't want to do it. And like being a kid and having your parents tell you to eat fruits and vegetables, I think that that was one of the main reasons why I hated it, is because I was like, you're telling me to do it, and now it fucking is disgusting. Two, I think it's because last year when I tried to do this, it was Kai telling me you need to eat healthier and stuff, and that pissed me off. So it was like, gross, I don't want to do it. But now it was like all my choice, and I weirdly kind of like it. Like I actually have been enjoying it. Not to mention, I do feel like the results are already paying off. I feel like my energy levels are getting a little better. And I think that's also because our grocery shop, since we got less like fatty foods, it actually ended up being cheaper, which is very amazing. The only hard part has been like when I see pizza at work and I'm like, oh my God, I want a slice, because they'll make us like a huge pizza for our shift and I have to be like, no, no, it's okay. But I don't want to tell people, oh, it's because I'm trying not to eat that many carbs, because I feel like that sounds really annoying. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that, but I feel like when you say that, you just kind of sound like a pretentious bitch. So I just am like, no, I'm full. No, I'm gonna eat a granola bar. Like, no, I'm okay. But it's been going really well. And I honestly highly recommend it. I also got a juice cleanse on Black Friday, which I feel like I've been needing to do. I heard that they're good for resets. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I need to reset my body. I feel like I've never done a juice cleanse and I've never done like any sort of like cleansing. And after 22 years of like alcohol and carbs and whatever the fuck else I've ingested, weed, well, you don't ingest weed, you just do edibles, you know what I mean? But I just feel like it's time for a total reset. And honestly, guys, I'll keep you updated on the progress, because there's nothing worse than people telling you something that works and then you get all of these new ingredients, you get all of these new routines, and you get this, and this, and next thing you know, it doesn't fucking work and you're pissed off. So I'll let y'all know how it goes, but I just feel like overall, like, our apartment just feels more adult-like, which is very weird. Like, if you saw our last place, every single thing was pink. Like, it looked like pink had thrown up on the apartment. I feel like I've said this before, but like, our dining chairs were pink, pots and pans were pink, utensils were pink, everything was pink. Like, and then we had like little canvases, and it was really cute for the times. But now we have a rug. We have a rug. That's all I need to say is for y'all to take me seriously. I feel like rugs are like the epitome of like adulthood, and not just any rugs, but when you get a rug that isn't just one of the basic Amazon fluffy ones like I used to have. And so I feel like, how can I not be mature when I am currently tapping my toes on a white ivory rug? Make it make sense. So it's been really nice. Other than that, the cool things that I have done has been honestly nothing, but I did watch the new Girls Gone Wild documentary. Have y'all seen it? It's on Peacock. And honestly, I thought that Girls Gone Wild was just like a saying before. I didn't know that it was like a whole like video porn thing. And it was like in the 2000s. Honestly, the 2000s must have been a really crazy time. Like Playboy, Girls Gone Wild, Hooters was new. Like, I just feel like it was really You know what I think it was? I think it's that sexual freedom or liberation like had really kicked into an all-time high, but it was a new all-time high. So I feel like everyone probably just went wild. Whereas now we have the same things, but it's just so normalized that we don't really like bat an eye on it, or like we're just kind of like, okay, like, okay, boobs. Okay, nudes. Like we don't really like give a fuck, but like back then it was just so new and the cameras were new and just like everything was new, and so people were going like the lengths. And so this documentary was so crazy because it talks about how this guy basically he used to just go to spring break and like, at spring break you want beads, and sometimes to get beads you just do a little whoop, but he would record people and then he would send them out. And then some of these people were minors, and then they tried to do a lawsuit, but like somehow, some way the lawsuits failed. And even though they were minors, and then they would like use coercion and to like get girls to do their videos and stuff like that, but the girls wouldn't be compensated, maybe $100 if anything. And then he became a millionaire off of it. Everyone, all these women are trying to sue him because they're like, we were coerced, we were drugged, we were pressured, we were like trapped in the room. For some reason, none of their lawsuits were working out. And even to this day, like they have the girls on the documentary, like talking about it. And they basically have gotten like no back pay, no any sort of compensation from it. The whole thing actually went to trial, and the whole jury was women. And all of these women were just like, well, these girls got what they deserved, and they ruled in favor of the guy. And this just brings me back to like, how like that whole like women supporting women or girls supporting girls thing like became really viral. And then a bunch of people went like, no, women don't support women and girls don't support girls. And that's like the new thing that people are saying. And like every celebrity who says that is like a hot take, like, oh my God, no, it's not true. You know what I mean? Honestly, do girls support girls? Like, I would say that I support girls, but I won't say that like it's all girls, because I don't support the girls who were on the jury who didn't support the girls. You know what I mean? And so it just really showed how like the patriarchy is not only upheld by men, but it's also upheld by like women shaming other women. And that could be because of a lot of things. It could be because they actually believed it. It could be because, like, the way that I don't know, honestly. I really don't know how that went on in the public eye. And it didn't become a problem until now. And even now, the only restitution that these women are getting is the documentary. So you need to watch it. You need to go support these women, because this seems like the only last bit of compensation that we'll get. The guy is literally hiding out in Mexico in a mansion. And I don't know. I don't get how that's fine. I don't get how it was okay. I don't even get how it went on and everyone just like was making jokes about it and thought it was funny. Like there was a huge crisis going on against multiple girls that are like, I mean, one girl, she said that her dad found out and had a heart attack and died. Another person had like an attempt and all this kind of stuff. And like everyone's just like making jokes out of it on TV and like siding with the guy. And I don't know. I don't get how that all went on. It just really doesn't make sense to me. But you know what's really interesting? In the documentary, they show how he was friends with a bunch of celebrities. And like even like the Kardashians would like wear like Free Joe shirts. I think that was his name. And like they still like go to his house in Mexico and that kind of stuff. And so that was really, really interesting to find out. And so I don't know how that went on, but you should go watch the documentary. You should go support these girls. And I feel like it also is just like, it's just a huge critique on society. And like, it's really, really good. Like, you should watch it. I don't watch documentaries. I'm normally not a documentary person, only because why don't I watch documentaries? Okay, I think it's because some people will watch a documentary about absolutely anything, and I'm not like that. Like, there's a lot of things that I just don't care about. But I will watch very specific things that capture my attention. And this one deserves the views. It's on Peacock. Speaking of like new things and like violations of privacy and stuff, have y'all seen the new iPhone update? Guys, I haven't seen anyone talk about this, and I don't know if it's because I'm not on social media that much. Okay, when I say not on social media that much, I mean that like I don't scroll that much, mostly because I don't know. if I scroll for too long, I just end up like in a funk and I don't like it. So I updated my phone to the iOS 18, guys. And like, yeah, there's a bunch of updates. Who cares? That's not what I'm talking about. There is one specific update that I find very and highly alarming, and I don't know how I haven't seen anything about this. Okay, on the new update, when you call people, there's a little dot in the corner and it has like a bunch of lines. You can now record your phone calls and it will transcribe the phone call onto your notes app. Not only that, but it doesn't even notify the other person of your phone call. Is it just me, or does that seem like a violation of privacy? That seems illegal. And like, now we're not safe on text and we're not safe on phone calls. Pretty much, if you want to talk your shit, you got to do it face to face. You got to do it face to face, or you run the risk of like absolutely being recorded. And like, I don't know, like, just I can only think about like how like middle schoolers and high schoolers, like, imagine you call your friend, you're like, I like Brad, and homegirl just records your fucking voice and then posts everywhere. Or like, what if someone is sharing their credit card number over the phone? Or what if someone's telling you like a super deep heartfelt secret, but you don't know that your friend is actually a friend of me, so your friend of me records it and then posts it? Like, basically what I'm telling you guys is be careful who you talk to the phone on, because not only recording but transcribing onto Notes app is like ridiculous. Like, I feel like, why can't we just like keep our technology where it's at for a couple of years? Like, why can't we just leave it where it's at? Like, why does Apple have to update to all this fucking crazy ass shit? Like, it's so unnecessary. And I would honestly like just like to stick to like the iPhone 12. I think the iPhone 12 was a great time in life. I think it was fun. I think it was freeing. It was still able to communicate. And like, I just don't see the point in like all of these things. And so, yeah, be careful, guys, because nowadays, I know most people have ops around them. Most people have fake friends. And so, don't call people and share your business. Don't text people and share your business. You got to do that shit face to face. If you want to talk your shit, you got to do it in person nowadays. And you know what? Maybe it's just going to take us back to where it's like, if you have a problem, just fight. I don't have a problem with that. As an Aries, I fully endorse if you guys have a mutual problem and y'all mutually agree to violence, then that's like a Washington, Seattle law to where it's like you can duke it out and that's fine. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I really don't. If it's mutual and both people agree. And obviously, like, not anything really crazy, but just like a nice slap across the face. You're done, walk away, and we never talk again, you know? But aside from all that, let's not ignore the time of year that it is. Guys, Christmas is fastly approaching. The holidays are fastly approaching. And honestly, this is gonna sound so fucked up, but like, I feel nothing. Like, I have not, like, I don't know. I don't feel the holiday spirit this year, like, at all. Maybe it's because we don't have up our Christmas tree yet or anything, but what is the age where you start getting excited again? And why am I not excited? Honestly, I haven't felt like the Christmas magic since like 7th or 8th grade when I stopped believing in Santa Claus. No, I believed in Santa for a really long time. And the only way that I found out that it wasn't real was my mom had a kidney disease on Christmas. And she finally gave me a TV to make up for it. And she wrote to Aleya from Santa in parentheses mom. And that was just like really heartbreaking. But I don't know. I think it's also because I'm not going home for Christmas. Like, I haven't been back and like spent Christmas with my family in like, oh my God, like 3 years maybe, I think. And it's not that I don't visit, I do visit, but holiday tickets are just so expensive that I end up always going during oddball times like early November or May or July. Like, I never go around the holidays. And last Christmas, me and Kai made the absolute most stupid mistake of spending Christmas with friends that we had just met, and I fucking regret that. That's the only reason why I'm excited for this Christmas a little bit, is just to like make a new memory. But spending Christmas, spending holidays with friends, like, seems really cool and stuff, especially when you look on social media. It's like, oh my God, they're their friends. It's so cool. But like, honestly, fuck that, guys. Like, you need to be very careful who you spend Christmas and Thanksgiving with and that kind of stuff, because then they're gonna be like rooted in your core memories. Like when you think of like Christmas 2023, you're gonna think of them. And that's just an ink stain that I'm really upset about. And so that is the only reason that has me hyped this year, is the fact that I get to make a new memory. But other than that, like, maybe it's because like I don't have kids, and like you start feeling the Christmas spirit when you have kids again. Or maybe it's because everyone tries to force you into like having the spirit. I don't know. I don't feel it. Maybe it's our age. And honestly, I don't think I'm the only one. I honestly think that a lot of people who post about like holiday things and stuff, like, you're just doing it for the aesthetic. And I'm saying that because when I post about holiday stuff, guys, I'm gonna be so transparent, it's for the aesthetic. It's for the aesthetic. I think that I felt the Christmas spirit a little bit last year. And like I said, after I spent it with those friends, I just like was like, fuck this. Like, Christmas pisses me off because I'm like, what memory am I going to make? Is anyone going to cry? Am I going to be sad? And like, it's just like, as much as it could be a really happy time, it also could be a really depressing time. And so I don't think it's bad to admit that, like, oh, I'm kind of dreading the holidays. It also just stresses me out, like, finding gifts for everyone. And if your family's far, shipping gifts to everyone. And then I'm not going to lie, it's like, if I get someone this gift, are they gonna even get me a gift? Are they gonna get me a good gift? And it's not like to be selfish. It's just more like, okay, I'm spending this amount of money, you know what I mean? And I don't know, the whole thing of it all is just really stressful. And I think when you have other things going on in life, it's just like, okay, we finally got done with the move, we finally got done with this, and fuck, now it's the holidays. Like, I feel like the holidays, as much as it's impending fun, it's also like impending doom. Like, if you're already a stressed out, busy person with a lot of things on your plate, the holidays is just gonna add to that, you know what I mean? And so I don't know. I just like, I don't feel very excited. Maybe I just need to put up the tree and I'll feel better. But I think it's just too much pressure. Like, it's too much pressure to like have a Christmas party, have the cutest Christmas, get the matching pajamas, do this, do that, spend money on this, spend money on that. Like, it just feels like a landslide that you're falling down. And it's like, okay, I got this person's gift, but I still need to get this one. I still need to get this one. And I need to call every single person that I've ever known. I need to text back every single person. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just, it's not really my cup of tea right now. And maybe it is just because I don't have kids and I'm not around family. And I think that a lot of people feel this way. Like, for Thanksgiving, me and Kai literally didn't do anything, guys. We laid on this couch and watched Desperate Housewives and ate pizza and canes. Like, we didn't even cook. And then, like, I feel bad about it because I'm like, am I supposed to cook for Thanksgiving and all this stuff? But you know what? There's plenty of time for that. And I just think that, I think the main thing is just like, it's all about remembering why you're even celebrating, like having that gratitude, and not about like the externals, even though like you feel like you need to keep up with certain level. But yeah, I mean, it should be fun. Honestly, it's coming really fast. I like feel like it was just Thanksgiving and now like Christmas is like very fastly approaching. But I do have a special treat for y'all for the holidays, because as much as I complain and bitch about it, I am a very good gift giver. And so I feel like half of the stress of the holidays is, what the fuck do I get people? And so I am going to give you Tease holiday gift guide. And this will make it so much easier for you guys, because I feel like once you get the gifts out of the way, your stress just goes down. And maybe that's why I'm stressed out, is because I still haven't gotten one gift and it's really pissing me off because I don't know what to get my grandma at all. But I already got my family and Kai's gift, so I feel good about that. But I feel like me and Kai have always given each other really good gifts, and not that they're expensive all the time, but just like they're always really thoughtful. And I think that that is the first key to a good gift. Like, a good gift to me has a couple things. One, it's thoughtful. 2, it speaks to the person. And number 3, the best gifts are the gifts that someone would want, but they wouldn't buy for themselves. Those are the absolute best gifts to get. Like, I really want a Nintendo Switch, but I would never spend money on one. So if I got that as a gift, I would be so happy. You know what I mean? And me and Kai have like always gotten each other really good things in those couple areas. And one of my tricks for doing that is whenever I got into a relationship with Kai. This may seem a little crazy, a little obsessive, but it's what I did and I don't regret it because it's helped me. I made a notes app titled Kai. And as we were getting to know each other, I wrote down everything about them. I wrote down all their likes, their dislikes, their shoe size, their clothes size, the stories that they like, the music that they like, this hobby, this hobby. And it's so helpful because I wrote that down, 2 to 3 years ago. Maybe I add on every now and then. But whenever I need to think of a gift, I just open up that notes app and I'm like, okay, this, and this, I'm inspired. And like, I should do that with more people in my life. Like, just keep notes on people that you love. That way, when you have to get them a gift for their birthday, for the holidays, you're like, I already know everything about you. You know what I mean? And so that has been really good. Like, for example, one of the things that I wrote is like, Kai really likes music. So like last Christmas, I got them a record player, and then like the Weeknd's, like, no, it wasn't the Weeknd. And then the Drake Take Care album on vinyl. I think about that. So I'm going to show y'all some examples of like good ones that we've done. And honestly, these gifts do not have to be like for a romantic relationship. I think that all of these gifts would work no matter who the recipient is. And so one of them that we did is I got Kai a card, and it basically, I forgot the website, but it was a card to where it pops out and it has confetti and it shoots out these 2 blocks. I think it was like a make it mine thing. I know, just look up like poppable confetti card, and basically it popped out with these cubes that have pictures of us. It's called Make It Mine. That's the Instagram. And you basically get to write your little note on the cube. So I feel like this would be a great gift for like your mom or your grandma, like someone who really appreciates like a handwritten note. But it's like a great way to spice it up because it pops out with all these memories on top of it, and it becomes a keepsake too. So that's one. Another one that Kai got me that I really liked was they got me this diffuser. And it looks like the moon, and it says, I love you to the moon and back. And it has like a picture of us on the back. Like, if you can't tell, if you personalize something, guys, you can personalize almost anything. And that makes the perfect gift. Like, the gift that I got Kai, I'm not going to tell you guys because Kai listens to the pod and they don't like surprises. Like, they want to know every gift that they're getting, but I love surprising people. But the gift that I got Kai this year is something personalized, and I just think that personalizing things just makes it that more special. Like, yeah, there's other good gifts that you can't personalize. Like, Kai got me a Juicy tracksuit, a Telfar bag, Jordans, and I love all of those. But if you're in a slump to where you don't know what they want and you're like, I don't really know what you need right now, just personalize something. Just personalize something, and that makes it special because they definitely don't have a personalized version of it. Another one would be on Funko. Like, you know, like those Funko Pops, you can now make one that literally looks like you. So me and Kai, we made these together, and they are just little Funko Pops that look exactly like us. This would also be a good gift for, like, I feel like a dad. Like, I feel like dads like little characters or like figurines, you know what I mean? You could make one of him and title it Dad. And it's super funny because you'll make like one that looks like him and he's going to be like, what the fuck, you made a Funko of me? Or even your mom that collects trinkets, you know what I mean? Make her a Funko. And it's basically, you're making how you see her. So she'll get a little figurine of herself through your eyes, you know what I mean? Or even for a couple, you can make a little Funko of you guys, you know? This one is a good gift because everyone who is a music lover would love this, a personalized JBL speaker. I got this for Kai, and this is one of the best, like, I hit it out of the park with these. A personalized JBL speaker, you literally just go to their website and you could custom make them. You could put a picture, you could write a message, you can make it pink. Like, I think that this is a great gift. This is a great gift. Oh, especially for a mask. For a mask, this is an amazing gift. Another one would be getting jewelry that you can engrave, like, well, Kai lost the fucking ring that I got them. They actually, okay, our very first Valentine's Day, which is only like a month or two of us dating, I got Kai I'm gonna sound so crazy. I got Kai an engraved James Avery ring that like had our names and like a message in it. Yes, only 2 months in, but don't judge me. When you're 2 months in, you do crazy things. Kai actually pulled the shit to where they lost the ring and they made an exact replica so I would never find out. And then they lost the exact fucking replica. So the ring is gone, but I still think that that one was one of the like best gifts I've ever gotten. But unfortunately for Kai, after losing that gift twice, they will not ever be getting jewelry from me again. And then, so that's another good one. Oh, Kai got me. It's like one of those ones. Oh, there's a little stand, but it fell when I was trying to show you guys. But it like puts you guys on a little record thing, and then like you could put a song that reminds you of them, and you could put like the title of it. So just like really personable things make really good gifts. This is another card one to where you can like do a custom card, I think on like Etsy or Shutterfly, and you can like put a picture of yourself, a collage, and a message, you know what I mean? I feel like those are really good gifts. What's another really good gift that I've gotten? And also just remember, gifts don't have to be physical. I think that another really good gift is the gift of an experience. Like one time for my mom, I literally got her a gift certificate to a spa and like massage place. Guys, that is a great gift for like any woman in your life. A gift of like a trip, maybe a little outing, maybe like a 5-star dinner. Like I love a good experience gifts. I think experience gifts are one of the best ones too. An experience or gift certificate for an experience. I'm not a gift card person. I just think that they're impersonable and you can't really get gift cards on sale. Another good gift is just helping someone out with a big purchase that they want. Like for Christmas this year, I was like, please don't surprise me with anything. I want help buying the Canon G7X. I want that fucking camera so bad. I have my ZV-10 for the pod, but it's just so big and it has the removable lens and no flash attachment. So if you want to take photos, it kind of is like a professional camera. So it's not something that you could just like put in your purse and quickly take out and snap. So what I really want is like a good point and shoot camera that I can take around, explore Vegas with, and take pictures on the go. And this one just wouldn't be good for that. Also because this one is the pod camera. I just wouldn't want anything to happen to it. So I really want a Canon G7X, you know what I mean? But those are like $800. So for my Christmas gift, I am just getting Kai to help me out with it. And you may think, well, you already know what that is. But like sometimes giving the gift of making life easier for someone or making a purchase less expensive for someone is one of the best things that you can do. So I just think that like one, listen to what people say, listen to what they want, make a notes app on what people want. And if you don't know what to get them something personalized. Or if you do know what to get them, but you don't know how to spice it up and you're like, that's a little basic, personalize it. Because just getting Kai a speaker would have been kind of weird. But getting a personalized one just adds that extra room. Oh, so that is all that I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to write in your questions, stories, advice for a new questions episode at the link in the description, the link in the bio. Follow the Instagram at Tease Pod, at Tease Podcast on everything else. Please subscribe on YouTube, rate and review on Spotify and Apple, and follow on those platforms as well. I will see y'all next Tease Tuesday. I love you guys. Bye.